What is up, everyone? Kiryu here today, and today we're gonna do a little bit of a special video. Gonna do another Dragon Ball video. I hadn't done one for a while now, and you can tell by the thumbnail, this is about Gogeta and Vegito. The two big fusions of Dragon Ball go hand in hand versus each other. People do talk versus debates, who's better, who's stronger, but that's not what this video is about. And I'm gonna talk about clearing up a major misconception in the Dragon Ball fandom that tends to happen is that people kind of treat these two characters as separate entities, that these two are completely separate characters, they have separate personalities and all sorts of stuff. And I'm going to clear this up today as best as I can and explain that no, they are the exact same character. Gogeta and Vegito are the exact same character. There is no difference between the two, and I'm going to talk about that. So why people think this, and a lot of people, and I'm not gonna call anybody because it's just such a big thing in the fandom for so long now. Dragon Ball fandom is just stupid. You can make lots of videos talking about just how stupid the Dragon Ball fandom is in general, which I do want to, but so why do people talk about these two as they're completely separate characters, despite them being made from the two same people? It's a lot of just like how people kind of it's the situations that they're in that present these characters as different. Like in the Buhan fight, Vegeta is more cocky. He seems more talkative, while Gogeta, throughout most of his appearances, is just more quiet. He doesn't talk as much. They have different moves. They look different. So there's a quite a few reasons people seem to treat these two as separate characters, but I want to break this down as best as I can and explain that these two are not separate characters. They are the exact same character. And I'm going to explain this why. So the reasons why Gogeta and Vegito are essentially the exact same character is simple because they are made from the two same people. They are both made from Goku and Vegeta. They are made from the two same fusees, Goku and Vegeta. So that already just kind of puts a lot of it down because it's like they're made from the two exact same people. They're not going to think entire because a fusion isn't making a whole ass new character. I mean, it is, but it's not in the way people think. It's not making a new character altogether. It's like it's combining two characters, combining their traits, their physicality, their about like their strategy, their brains. It combines them into one being. So they're turning into one person, and that does kind of turn into a new person, but that person has the same logic and skills as they do. So Vegito, being made from Goku and Vegeta, has all of Goku and Vegeta's information. It looks like Goku and Vegeta. Gogeta has all the information of Goku and Vegeta and looks like a mix of Goku and Vegeta. So I will talk about their differences because there are some differences, but like there are two different methods of fusion: Patara fusion and Metamorphin fusion. They do have different time limits: 1 hour, 30 minutes. They do look different. You got Vegito's here with his blue vest, like the inverse Goku colors. Gogeta has the Metamorphin fusion vest. And that's kind of just it. I mean, you can say, oh, well, they have different moves, but that's such a superficial reason, and we're going to talk about why they even have different moves to begin with. So let's put this to rest. Gogeta and Vegito are not separate characters. They are the exact same character. Simple being. They are made from the exact same two people. They are made from the exact same two people. They're just different forms of fusion. There's going to be no difference between them, realistically speaking, because they have the same thoughts. They're going to have the same mentality because they're made from the exact same two people. I'm going to keep repeating, it's made from the exact same two people. Exact same two people. Exact same two people. Are you beginning to understand? The exact same two people. Exact same two people. Exact same two people. I think I can keep repeating this over and over and over. They are not separate characters. They serve the exact same function. They are an end-all, be-all, final ultimate trump card when Goku and Vegeta have their backs against the wall and they need a short, quick, get-out-of-jail-free card. That is what fusion is. It is a plot device. It is a plot power, a Deus Ex Machina, or whatever you want to call it, to get them out of a bind in a quick, easy fashion. Okay? That's what these two are. They serve the exact same function, narratively speaking. There is no difference between these two, narratively speaking, because when you put them in the exact same position. So let's talk about their fights and stuff. So their fights and stuff is the reason why people think they're so different. So let's break it down. So Vegito is cocky. He's more arrogant than Gogeta. Let's take a look. Well, the fight was Buhan. He wanted to get absorbed by Buhan so he can go inside Buhan and save everyone. Pause and pull everyone out of Wuhan. Gogeta. Janemba was an entity, just a pure mindless demon thing that had to be put down because his mere existence was affecting all reality, and he didn't have to toy with him, he just had to kill him instantly. There we go. VB versus Amasu. So VB versus Amasu is when you get more of just more the evidence, quote unquote evidence that Vegito is more cocky, more arrogant. But of course, it is different between the manga and the anime. But it's pretty much like the leading theory is like, or what you can go with is that Vegito was just trying to anger Zamasu so he'd be more open to more attacks. That way, he could land more powerful, devastating attacks to see if they can bypass his immortality. Gogeta versus Broly. Broly was again just a mindless person, so all that had to be done was just try to take down Broly as fast and as efficiently as you could. And then so if we take a look at all of these fights, all the mainline fights, I mean this isn't mainline. I mean there's two fights that aren't mainline, but we take a look at the mainline fights, they have a certain plan. The fusion is acting a certain way to enact a certain plan, or when there isn't a plan, their plan is just, oh, okay, I have to just take you down ASAP. That's how they act. Vegeta was acting cocky to get absorbed by Buhan. Vegeta was acting cocky to anger his monster to make him open to more attacks. Gogeta wasn't acting cocky, he was just smiling because he just had to take down Broly. Broly wasn't immoral. Broly didn't have anyone absorbed inside of him, so he just had to take down Broly. It is as simple as that. Diffusions act a certain way because they are a plot device to get the plot moving forward, and they are act as the plot is required of them. So when Vegito acts cocky is because he has to act cocky to get absorbed by Buhan. So then we take a look at Gogeta versus Janemba. Again, just a mindless person Gogeta just had to kill instantly. But I want to talk about the other Gogeta fight, because there's one I haven't talked about yet. But I want to talk about why these characters seem to have different moves and why they seem to act differently. So, going over, I just explained that, again, it's depending on the plot. Uh, the reason they have different moves is because, well, I'm going to put it simply. Why would you want to have one toy when you can have two toys? Why have one piece of pie when you have two pieces of pie? The reason why they have different moves is simply because they wanted these to be separate fusions so they can sell and market both of these as separate characters and make more money. It is a marketing thing. It is not that these characters have special moves that one can use and the other cannot, because they are made from the exact same two people who can do the exact same thing. Vegito can do the final Kamehameha. Well, guess what? So can Gogeta, because Vegeta knows the final flash, so he can do the final Kamehameha. Oh, Gogeta's the Big Bang Kamehameha, which is what the Big Bang attack and Kamehameha. Guess what Vegito can do? Oh, Vegito can do a spiritual. Well, guess what? That's a key construct. Guess who can also do a key construct? The only reason they don't is, again, for marketing, so these two can be traded as separate characters, and they can make more money having two different pieces of pie. Again, why have one toy when you can have two toys? Why have one DLC character when you have two DLC characters? Why have one popular mobile gacha character when you have two popular mobile gacha characters? Again, it's about money. That is why they are treated like that's why they have different moves. But realistically speaking, they can have all the exact same moves. They can do the exact same stuff because they are made from the exact same two people. And for some reason, this just isn't something people want to register because they have it in their head that these two have different personalities. Oh, well, Gogeta is more Vegeta, or like Gogeta is more Goku, and Vegito is more Vegeta because Vegeta starts with Vegeta and he is more arrogant, and Gogeta starts with Goku and he is less arrogant. It's like, no, he's less arrogant because he's in a completely different situation. He isn't trying to be absorbed. He's just trying to take down his foe. He isn't trying to create an opening against an immoral wall. He's just trying to fight his opponent. So, but The writers do actually treat them the same because I'm going to bring this up, and I hate that I have to bring this up. I hate GT. I do not like GT. I think Gogeta versus Super One Star is a dog shit fight. It is written very poorly, but this is treated the exact same as Vegito versus Buhan. Gogeta angers Super One Star so he can get all the minus energy and purify the Earth. They act the exact same. They act the exact same. So the writers will treat these two characters as the exact same because the plot needed him to remove the minus energy despite how bullshit and how dog shit that is. Because again, that is how these work. They are a plot device. They act how the plot needs them to act. So if the plot needs them to act arrogant and cocky, they're going to act arrogant and cocky. If the plot just needs them to quickly defeat their foe, they're going to try and quickly and defeat their foe. That is how they worked. That's how they've worked since the beginning. They are a plot device. Vegito acted cocky on purpose to get absorbed by Buhan. That is not his personality. He did that to do it intentionally. Then the game's ran with that as that is his personality. When no, that is just how he ran. That is just how what he did to get absorbed by Buhan to save everyone inside Buhan. Gogeta acted cocky against Super One Star to try to remove the minus energy. Gogeta didn't act cocky against Janemba because there was no need to. He just needed to kill Janemba. Gogeta didn't act cocky against Broly because there's no need to. He just needed to defeat Broly. Vegito versus Zamasu is kind of the most difficult one because there wasn't really much of a plan. Vegito was just thrown in as a last-ditch effort. Hey, can we at least try to bypass the immortality? So, why is there two of them? So, if I'm to all raving and ranting about these two being the exact same character, why are there two different fusions to begin with? Well, the sole reason there are two different fusions, and this is an interview from Toriyama, and about the concept of the Batara, why he made the Batara a fusion, and this is his word. That simply, since the fusion was a plot point that was already taken by one of the movies, aka Gogeta was being used by Fusion Reborn, I was wondering what I should do. I was always drawing the earrings on the Kaioshin, so I thought perhaps I can use these. They were not meant to be an actual fusion thing, he only made them to become a fusionist because Fusion Reborn, Toei was making Gogeta. They were going to make Gogeta for the movie, and he's like, oh crap, I want my own fusion, so I will use the Patara. The sole reason there are two separate fusions to begin with is because Toriyama wanted his fusion, Toei, so that way Toei can have their fusion. That is it. They serve the exact same thing. It is just Toriyama wanted his, Toei, and that way Toei can have theirs. Because if you remove this, if you remove Vegito and replace it with Gogeta, the exact same thing would have happened because that's how Toriyama would have written it. That Gogeta would have wanted to get absorbed by Buhan so he can save everyone inside Buhan. These characters will act the exact same. If you put Vegito against Janemba, oh, he was just he would just quickly try to kill Janemba. I mean, we're not gonna talk about this one. If this one was actually written properly, because you should have just instantly killed his dumbass. But you know, if you put Vegito against Broly, he would have done the exact same. Why? Because Broly just needed to be quickly taken down. If you put Gogeta against Zamasu, the exact same thing would have happened. Gogeta would have tried to bypass the immortality by any means necessary, including angering Zamasu, hoping to get an opening shot, and probably would have failed. That is it. These characters are the exact same. There is no difference between these two. If you look at these characters narratively, they're both the exact same thing. A trump card. They are the ultimate final trump card, so they can use if their backs are against the wall, they can use them to try to get a quick, easy victory or accomplish a hard, difficult task they wouldn't have been able to do so by normal, conventional means. There is no true difference. They do not have different personalities because they act according to how the plot wants them to act. The only reason they have different moves is because so they can market them as different characters, so that way they wouldn't feel redundant. Because you wouldn't want Gogeta to use the exact same, or you wouldn't want Vegeta to use the exact same moves as Gogeta. That way you can sell these two as completely different characters. It is a marketing thing. Again, why would you want to have one pie when you have two pie? Why have one toy when you have two toys? Why have one video game character when you have two video game characters? Again, it is a marketing thing. This is not this again, they do not have separate moves because they are made from the exact same two people. Exact same two people. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Exact same two people. But yet, for some reason, this fandom treats them as such different characters and is such indulged into this fandom from just sheer, pure stupidity. Because people are stupid, and that's what it is. The Dragon Ball fandom is just full of stupid people. I'm not going to call anyone out specifically because it's just something that's so embedded in the Dragon Ball fandom. But I just want to get this rant out. These two are the exact same characters. They are made from Goku and Vegeta, the exact same characters. They have the exact same brain cells, the exact same mindset, the exact same powers, the exact same abilities. The only difference is artificial differences, that they look different. That's it. Different methods of fusion, that there's a different time limit. That's it. That's it. That's the only difference. They do not have different personalities because they only act according to how the movies or show needs them to act. I wish people would actually understand this, but they're not going to because they're stupid. Because they're fucking stupid. The drama fandom is fucking stupid. So that's it. That's it. I hope I explained it clearly. I mean, I'm tired. If I have to remake this video, I will. But if this video helps you, or maybe share this with somebody who thinks that these two are the same, like different characters, because they're not. I'm gonna go over it again. The reason why these two are the exact same character is because they are made not only from the exact same two people. Narratively, they serve the exact same function. They are an end all be all final trump card that they use if their backs against the wall. They have to take down a very highly powerful opponent that they cannot do, or have a goal that they cannot complete by normal conventional means. That is it. They are not different. The only reason they have different moves is for marketing purposes. That way they can have two toys instead of one toy. That way both fusions can exist without making the other one feel redundant. That's the sole purpose of this. They didn't want to make either fusion feel redundant. They want to use both fusions and make them feel completely different, so that way people can both have justified reason to buy both the toys, to play both the characters in the games. That's it. And that's the simple, straight truth about it. That's it. That's the only reason these two feel like different characters is simply because for marketing purposes. And that's it. That's just the whole card truth. Hard truth. I'm tired. Sorry. So thank y'all for watching. I hope this video helps. I hope this video at least maybe tries to explain it. If this does, please leave a like or a comment down below if if you agree. I mean, if you disagree, I'm not sure why you disagree, but you can feel free to disagree. I'm sure like there's some argument someone has out there. But again, these two are literally the exact same character. They serve the exact same functions. They can do all the exact same moves. The only reason they don't is for marketing purposes. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day.